You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
A lot of people.
The cast of When Love Kills. We have Miss Tasha Smith.
Hey.
Lance Gross.
Yo.
Lil Mama. And Tammy Roman. Good morning, guys.
I was just telling Tasha,
morning.
she's like the premier go-to acting coach in Hollywood. Every time someone tries to get me to take acting classes, they say, go to Tasha.
Yeah, that's because I'm good. TSAW.com, you guys. I'm coming to
TSAW.com.
New York in November. So go on to the website, TSAW.com.
But you produced this movie, actually.
I'm sorry?
You produced this movie.
Yes, I'm one of the producers
Okay.
of the movie, yes.
She's the director.
The director. Okay.
So what does
Yes.
a producer do?
Well,
in
you
a
know,
movie?
you produce. You make sure it all comes together really well. I mean, I pretty much help, you know, everything. I got Lance. Hey. That's actually what gave me my producer title. To tell you the truth, when I got, no, to be real, like honestly, I was just on to direct, right? But after I got Lance Gross, Floyd Mayweather, Big Frida, I was like, you know what? Y'all gonna let me produce this.
there you go.
I want to produce the credit, damn it.
Floyd's in the movie, too?
Floyd's in the movie,
Oh, yes,
baby.
he is.
Did he read a script?
You know what? See, I'm gonna hurt you with
Charlamagne,
that.
come on now.
Because seriously,
I thought
don't
you
know.
felt bad about those jokes, and now you
apologize.
don't bring it
No,
back.
Nah. Let me just say something. Floyd is one of the smartest people, and because of Charlamagne, when I saw Floyd, because of Charlamagne, I didn't think Floyd could read, and he was reading the book, and I was like, "Damn, Floyd, you can read? That nigga Charlamagne ain't nothing." I mean, damn, Charlamagne, why you keep trying to act like everybody like you?
So now let's talk about the movie.
Let me
a
tell
little
y'all
bit,
something.
though.
Floyd Mayweather kills it in this movie.
Wow.
I'd have set him up too. No, I'm kidding.
Nah, he's great.
Tammy Roman invited me to the movie, but I was shooting a video, so we couldn't do it.
How you
but-
invited him and you didn't invite me?
I did invite you.
Me too.
When did y'all
Shut
invite
your
us?
ass up.
We texted
Y'all was
you.
invited.
I didn't get a text.
Well, you gave
Somebody
the
ain't
wrong
doing their
number.
job.
Nobody texted me. All right, but I will say this. Little Mama is a stripper in the movie.
You a stripper, Lil Mama?
Yeah, that's a fact.
So now, do you do those moves in real life, Little Mama? I was like, do Little Mama be giving lap dances to her boyfriend?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. No, I'm just playing.
But only if I'm there to direct her.
right. It's awkward. Like, mama, squat in hold position. No, I'm playing.
You know what? People keep talking about Little Mama being a stripper in the movie because they think her booty ain't big enough. But remember, this movie takes place in the 90s before strippers had big booties.
Oh, so she had the 90s booty.
I know, because
I got the 90s
booty.
booty. That's what they
got
tell me all the
90s
time.
booty,
When you got
right.
the 90s body, I be like, right. Can
Right.
you work with that? And you like, yeah, you're right.
So I can't see Little Mama as a stripper. I still see Little Mama as lip gloss.
As Little Mama, right?
But no, and Little Mama, like her persona has always been the opposite of that. Like you've always been like keep your clothes on, that type of
So
stuff.
basically, that's why I was like fearful to take on this role in the beginning. For one, like Tasha said, I'm so small, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in and audition because I want to get in there and read for Leah Daniels and show her that I can act and like I'm serious about it. But at the same time, I was like, she's not gonna choose me, so this is good. I get to go in, get this out the way, and continue on with my day. And she called me back and was like, I loved your audition. You was amazing.
There's going to be a lot of people sliding your DMs.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Nah, because she's doing it.
She's stripping. Now, what did your daddy say about this? Now, last time I seen your dad, he wanted to shoot Charlamagne. So what did he say?
It was 7
Envy,
years
I told
ago.
you stop
Still
saying
wanted to
that.
shoot you.
Jesus Christ, can a brother grow? God damn.
Stop talking about her dad shooting
Yeah, stop.
someone.
All right,
Envy,
allegedly.
you should
I
know
just said
better.
allegedly. So what-
Out of everybody, I think you would know better.
all right. So
Every
what
night
did-
in the street
His
no
dad,
more.
So, my
mama's
father-
dad's a cop, okay?
Retired.
Envy dad is a cop, all right?
Retired.
You know,
Oh, okay. So that's what's happening. I see what's happening. It's the setup.
But what's your dad say about you
So
stripping?
when he came to the premiere, I was trying to sit like opposite of him.
Away from him.
But he made me sit right next to him and I felt so uncomfortable. I was like, when I knew a sex scene was coming up, I was like, oh my God, whoa, I gotta use the bathroom now. This is abrupt, but hey, gotta go. You know, and he didn't let me go. He was like, sit your ass down. And so
Was he like,
he
good job?
enjoyed it. He really enjoyed it. He thought I did a great job. He's ready to kill Lance. Thank God Lance couldn't make it to the
I
New York
missed that
premiere.
one.
That was he did a
that
good
one.
job. But you was working.
Yeah, I
he was
was
working.
working.
But it was fortunate that he missed the New York premiere.
how'd you
I'm
prepare
gonna
for the
meet your
role?
pop,
Did you
though.
go to like Sin City and what's Dr. K's and all that?
Nah, we went to
stuff?
Blue Flame.
We went to Blue
in
Flame
Atlanta.
in Atlanta,
Okay.
and here I went to Aces, and what's the other one? Cityscapes. I went to a couple of places. Yeah.
Now, Tammy did a great job in the movie, too.
Thank you.
She actually plays Little Mama's mama in the movie. And this is based on a true story, right?
Yes.
Felicia Blakely.
Felicia Blakely is a real person.
Sheesh.
True story.
And you know what? A lot of girls get caught up. I don't want to give away the movie, but girls get caught up. They start dating the wrong guy, Lance, and they get caught up. And Lance in real life is such a nice guy.
That's
So,
what makes it so good.
To
I
see
think.
all three of you doing
Yeah.
roles that's like so opposite.
That's what I think makes it good about Lance's character is that he is such a genuinely nice person. And then you see him on screen, it's like, gosh, you good at being bad. And like, you know, you want to hate him, but then it's like, he's so fine. You be like, I don't like Dino. I'm not going to like Dino. But, you know, he's so good at his role that it really makes Lil Mama's character.
She called you Felicia. That means you did a good job.
Yes. Oh, can I say something? Can we please? Can y'all please call me Natia, please? Thank you so much. And they don't. What? What you about to say, Tammy?
Go ahead.
Now,
No,
Tammy,
Tammy,
from
say
now
it.
on?
No, go ahead.
Yes, please. Thank
Oh,
you.
no more Lil Mama?
I mean, there is still Lil Mama. I mean, for those who don't know,
Gotcha.
they still. But when
You're
I
getting your
inform-
acting on.
Yes, I'm getting my acting on, and I'm very serious about my craft.
Well, good morning, Natia.
Don't you hate when niggas change their name after you know the nigga? I mean, known her for too long as Little Mama. Now we
No,
gotta switch
Tasha,
it up.
stop playing. Tasha
Switch
calls me
it up.
Natia every day.
I don't call her Natia every day. I just call her Natia when she say Natia, and then she get mad at people for
Tasha,
saying it
this is
wrong.
so. Tasha, this
It's
is
spelled
crazy.
Niatia. It sounds like Nia-tia.
No, so my name is spelled Niatia, but it's pronounced Natia, like Nahtia, like Natia, not Natia or Niatia. It's Natia.
Natia.
Are you going to
Get
change
into
your
it.
IG handles now? and
Yeah,
your
soon
Twitter
enough.
handles?
Yeah, my name means purpose goddess, and I feel like I'm walking in that.
Well,
so.
don't change your name again, okay? Because you know some people they change their name once they change it
No,
again.
but that's
and
what
then
makes them
the
great,
third
like Diddy.
time is gonna make us real confused.
Puffy, Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs,
Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
Snoop Lion.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Now
gotta-
where we at?
Sometimes you got to do that just to show that you're on another path, and so people can remember that part of your life and affiliated with the moves that you made at that
All
moment.
right, so what we
You
gonna
get
change
one
our name
change.
to,
You get
Tammy
one
and Lance?
change.
What we gonna do? What would be your name change?
Lance is LG. LG.
LG.
Tammy might be changing her last name soon.
Yeah.
Come on now, we got bells in here.
Youngblood.
Tammy do
wow.
be seeming like two different people though. When you watch the Bonnet Chronicles and then when you see her now, it's like two different people.
Oh yeah, she does have a name for her Bonnet Chronicles character. What's
Petty
Petty
Betty.
Betty.
Petty Betty.
Yeah,
Petty
we
Betty
got
was
some
talking
work.
about-
We got something in the works with the Bonnet Chronicles.
Yes,
too.
most definitely. Don't
She
get
was
it
talking
twisted.
about Usher's accuser the other day on the Bonnet Chronicles.
You were
Yes.
body shaming her.
I was
Tammy.
not body shaming.
That's
I
Charlamagne's job.
And look, I saw your post about it. But I was just saying, like, I looked at the story, and the first thing that entered my mind is what everybody in the world was thinking.
Usher
Which
ain't hit
was-
that. Usher ain't.
Usher didn't smash.
Smash that girl.
He did not smash that girl. And if he did, like I said, she was probably around 150, 155 when he did it.
I mean, listen, a lot of
She's
guys
415 now.
have done that, I'm sure, in their past. Smash
Yeah.
a girl that.
Well, there's a lot of
415?
guys that want to smash
I mean, you
a
can't
big girl, but
underestimate
I-
these. You can't
Yeah.
underestimate them. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised.
Thinking nobody's gonna find
You
out.
hit her,
Hey.
they be like, it was a dark and lonely night.
Lonely night.
The club let out.
Some people are predators, man. Like Lance's character in the movie.
Oh
Hey.
man.
Yeah.
Hey.
How'd you mentally
was
prepare
real.
yourself for that role? Because like you said, you got to represent a nice guy. Now you're playing like this predator.
Lance
I mean,
probably went home to his wife, started treating her bad.
Nah. I mean, but you got to keep in mind we're actors. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just like you guys wouldn't see Natia as a stripper. You got to keep in mind we're actors. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just research. I prepared for it. I was talking to the P's in Oakland, in Vegas, Houston. You know, I just knew I had to tap outside of myself and become Dino. I had to dive in. So I had to talk with my family, talk with God, and I made it happen.
Were you ever a
Sometimes-
savage at any point in your life? You had a whole phase, Lance?
Lance had to be a
Oh,
savage.
absolutely, man. I mean, I had to get that out of my system. Yeah,
And he said it
yeah,
so nice.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's being honest.
So Lance, what was the biggest girl you ever smashed?
And tell the truth too, Lance. Rebutia.
I don't know. I'm bad with weight.
300?
I'm bad
Nah,
with
not
weight.
300.
250?
About 225.
That's not bad.
All right.
What stage in your life was you at when you did that?
Damn, I was in college.
Fucking for food?
Hey, but she did cook me a nice meal.
See what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Gotcha.
Now, Lance,
I don't discriminate.
sometimes when people are acting, this like spills over into their real life. Did you ever, like when you were doing your little pimp character, Dino, ever go home and start talking crazy to your wife? And she's like, what are you doing?
You know what?
This movie?
I really had to detox after this. I had to pray a lot because, yeah, it was in me. I remember me and my wife got into a small argument, and I said something. I had to pull back because I was like, no, that's not Lance, that's Dino.
What'd you say?
I don't even know what I said, but it was just left field. Like,
bitch, where my money?
No, but it was like a line out of the film. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I gotta pull back. And then another story, the day after we finished, I had to go back to LA and take my daughter to a children's party. And you know, my daughter's 2, but she started playing on this pole. And it did something to me because we was just in the strip clubs in Atlanta, and I was like, "Get off the pole!" You know what
That is funny.
Yeah, but it was like I was still in that Dino mindset.
No monkey bars for you. Get out.
Like if you don't get off that pole, like
That's father too, though. Because as a father, we want to keep our girls off
the pole.
stripper poles,
Absolutely.
and off Mona Scott Young reality shows.
here you go.
Now,
Here you go.
Yes.
that was specific.
We love Mona.
Y'all are so
We love
sweet.
Mona, though.
Now,
Don't get it
Natia,
twisted.
how did you prepare? Did you have to get some lap dances and?
Oh no, I just went straight in. I started making my money on the side. No, I'm playing. The first thing I did was well, I judged the character at first because, like Charlamagne said, that's something that I was against. I feel like I've grown so much, and I feel like acting has done that to me in a way because I looked at. You know, I would body shame or I would, shame someone who's exposing their body too much because I grew up a tomboy. So I wasn't even, comfortable with my own sexuality and being feminine.
Right.
And so after reading the script, I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to play this type of character. And then I spoke to my dad and he was like, look, if you want to be taken serious as an actor, you have to do a role that is outside of yourself, especially the ones that are completely left of yourself because that's going to show your range. You can't just play you or some, because I feel like I had to do the work when I played Left Eye, but if you ask my dad, he'll say it was easy for me because he felt like we had so much in common that it wasn't really a hard job. To whereas with this job, it was like I was fearful because we didn't have too many things in common, and I wasn't used to being exposed in that type of way. So some of the things that I did to prepare was I started going out to the strip clubs a lot more. Envy, fights and everything. But
You guys
I started.
Oh, that's why you was at Luster like that so heavy at the time.
I mean, yeah.
Now it makes
So-
sense.
You got into a fight at last?
No, I didn't get into a fight, Angela Yee. And so
What happened? What happened?
And
Envy?
so no.
She got into a fight?
Sorry.
You brought it up.
So
Was
no,
that
but
the
it was
ti-
just a Envy because we
Was
saw
it
each other a
Natina
lot
or Lil
around that
Mama?
time. I was
Yeah.
at the
Mama
club.
got into a scuffle and Natina got
Not
that sound
Tia,
that
not
sound like Lil
Natina.
Mama.
No, I haven't had a fight. I don't think I had a fight since high school. I didn't get into a fight. But so I would go to the clubs out here, and then I would go to the clubs in Atlanta, and then I took a pole class out here one-on-one with somebody in the Bronx. And so by the time I got out to Atlanta, I was a little prepared for it, but Tasha was like, nah, we're not gonna have you doing no pole tricks and everything. We wanna focus on the acting. I just want you to be softer than you are. I need your movement to be really soft. So I worked with a choreographer who I always work with. His name is David Sincere, and he helped me just to keep really pretty smooth movement. Right. It wasn't even the aggressive type of dancing that you may see in the clubs today, that style, but it was more melodic and like, I would say like modern dance. That, and then I also had to get with a stunt coordinator because there was some abuse that took place in the movie where I had to get slapped up and things like that, and we had to make it believable. And so I worked with the stunt coordinator for a few days, and then when Lance got there, we worked with him again. So that was the type of
Lance didn't use a
preparation.
stunt double for that slap. You did
No.
You gotta learn
No.
how to slap the right way.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's
It was a
acting.
hard slap too. I was like,
You see
I'll
fights.
show it to you. I'll show you a video.
Yeah.
Tasha's trying to find an excuse to slap me.
I'll show it to you.
now Tammy, as a mom, with daughters and everything, imagine if somebody like Felicia Blakely was your child, like in real life. Because you've done a great job raising your kids.
I was going to say, I don't think that would happen for me, only because I'm very hands-on. Like, I wanted to be very present for my daughters. Like, I was a latchkey kid. Like, my mom worked 3 jobs. So she didn't have the personality or characteristics of Stacy, but she still wasn't home. You know what I mean? So I knew when I had my daughters, my children, that I was going to be always available and always their form of counsel, like very open. You guys know I'm like very open with my kids about everything. So I don't think that really would have happened to me. But to answer your question, I think there are a lot of mothers out there like Stacey that, you know, want to be involved but don't really know how to relate to their children. Like, times have changed. Social media is so prevalent. You know, everybody's looking up to the rapper, the Amber Roses of the world, and, you know, no shade, because y'all will make it shady. But, you know, they're looking up to the slut walks and stuff. And, you know, it's like, for me, you know, like, my daughters aren't interested in stuff like that. So I would have had a different road with.
Your daughter was on Sign, too.
Yes, she was.
How was that?
How'd
she do?
She thought it was dope to be around the moguls, but the experience was more like real world for music versus actually getting in there and working with those guys.
And no disrespect to Amber Rose or the Slut Walk, but I'm with you. Like, I don't want my daughter looking up to somebody that they don't know or somebody.
None
that's
of us do.
I told y'all.
You know
Didn't I tell y'all that the first time? Y'all ain't want to listen.
That's not hating by saying that.
That's
I don't
not
want my
cool.
daughter to slut
I want
walk.
my daughter to look up to my wife. I want my son to look up
Exactly.
to me. Like, that's
Exactly.
what it is. Like, no, I don't want, no disrespect, no.
Tammy, you playing a negligent mother in the movie. Did you talk to Jackie Christie about that? Research parole?
Good
Just
boy,
asking.
your
Just asking.
You know what? They
Envy,
not
you be
right.
gassing him all the time.
Don't do that. Don't give him a high.
I think that's right.
Keep kidding with Jackie Christie.
That was a good
As soon
one.
as she walk out the room.
I don't know nothing about Jackie. As soon as she left, everybody was like, you was too soft on it. I'm like, I don't watch the show. But
Okay.
from what I heard, she's a negligent mother.
Okay, well, let me just say this. Jackie is a very nice person, very sweet person. I don't know her home life. You know what I mean? So that's why you said you don't watch our show, but on our show, I mind my business. Like, I got my own kids to worry about. I'm not trying to worry about you and yours. You handle up on that. So from my perspective, I only know her to be the person I've been around. And she's always said how much she loved her kids, that she's involved in their lives. She's brought 1 million receipts to show that she's been involved in their lives financially and things of that nature. So I can only respect what she's telling me. I don't know anything other than that.
Her daughter called up here, and Jackie.
I just heard.
And Jackie, Jackie,
Takari.
she said one thing, her daughter said the other thing. It just seems like they both need help. They both need
that's what
love.
I say.
You know, they both need to connect.
That's what I say.
Who is Felicia Blakely, Tasha?
In real life.
Well, just listening to you guys talk about the whole, just the strippers and everything, like, there are some women that could probably handle that lifestyle and not get caught up. Like, you look at Amber Rose, you look at Blac Chyna, they did pretty well for themselves, right? But every woman, I feel, can't go in that world and really mentally handle it and handle the pressure that they may have in that world. And to me, Felicia Blakely was one of those women. She was young, she was looking, you know, for a way to make some money. Hey, I used to be a stripper, okay? So I understand. I don't know if y'all knew
What that video?
Anyway.
Yeah, anybody got
Video on that.
Oh my God.
We had iPhones on
Social media.
Okay, I mean, serious, but you know what?
Tasha.
I did.
What was your stripper
I
name?
wonder if
Brandy.
she was good, though.
And guess what the song was that I went up
I
to?
Wanna Be Down?
Push It.
Oh, Push
My
It.
song.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Saying.
Jeez,
I
Tasha.
was stripping before Felicia Blakely was at the strip club, okay?
That's 80s.
Listen, that was
Niggas probably just like to just.
And I'm
focus
telling
on
you,
it.
honestly, I wouldn't have made it if I had to strip today. Honestly, I
You
would
danced to push it. That must have been mad fast.
Well, it was like, because it was just like that back in the day. I mean, you know, I was
What's so different
pushing
about
it.
today? Tasha, what's
And
so
I
different about
wouldn't-
today that you
well,
say you wouldn't-
because women are doing tricks. That's why I told
gonna ask
Mama
her, did you
she's
do
not
tricks?
doing all those tricks, because we didn't have acrobatic strippers back in the day. You know, all you had to have was booty and titties, and I was making money because I had that, and I would not dance in black clubs. I wasn't dancing for you Negroes. I was not doing it, okay? I was like, you got to work too hard in a black club. In a white club, all I got to do is take my
Walk
top
around.
off. They see these titties, I'm paid.
The 90s booty, that's what I'm telling you.
What made you
Get with
strip
it.
back in the day?
Well,
'Cause
you
that's
know what?
so
Back
not
in the
you,
day,
it
I
seems
was
like.
so broke. I was doing stand-up comedy. I couldn't afford to get to the comedy club. Like, back in the day, like, you didn't really make a lot of money doing stand-up, so you had to really work on your craft. And sometimes you might make $15, $20, you know, and you had to get there. I mean, seriously, it wasn't a lot of money. And so I needed to survive. So for me, I needed to support my comedy career, my acting career. Most of the comics I work with didn't even know I was stripping. I would go from the comedy club to the strip club, do a quick 3-4 hour set, come back, go back to the fucking comedy. Oops, sorry, cussing. Go back to the comedy club, right? So it was just a way that I was I was just surviving.
Right.
But I got out of the club. But I remember as a young girl, vulnerable, needing love, needing acceptance, needed to survive. I know my path could have been different. Like, I ended up here doing this, directing, living my dream. Felicia Blakely ended up serving life in jail. You follow me? She made some wrong decisions. She was so young. She was so vulnerable. This character, Dino, came up in her life at the wrong time when she couldn't handle that talk he was giving her. She did everything she could do to get this man to love her, and she's now looking at life, you know, through a glass window in jail. And so I feel like the story is important for those young girls. You know, we can glorify stripping, but the truth is every woman can't handle it. They can't just go in, make money, pay for their college tuition, and leave.
Yeah, it's not a lot of success stories.
Right.
Yeah. But there are a lot of people that do manage to go into strip clubs that you might never hear of. There's a lot of people we all probably know that used to strip that we have no idea.
I had no idea Tasha used to strip.
Right.
That's
No, I did.
Because I'm such a good girl.
A lot of people don't even know.
But you guys, that was 20-something years ago. Like, think about it.
Saying,
Like, we're here for you.
I'm
understand.
46,
Right.
right? I'm 46. I was stripping when I was 20, 21.
That was the Harry Coochie era, too, bro.
What were you saying?
But sometimes we do pass judgment on people that, you know, used to be strippers, and we pass judgment on them, and we don't know. There's people that are lawyers now that used to be strippers.
Exactly.
We
But
don't
can
know
I
what
tell you
somebody's journey
something?
is.
The thing is that some strippers may have a positive influence in their life to know how to flip it, to go do something greater like Amber Rose, but all of them don't have that voice. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really know how special they are and how smart they are and how God has this future for them that's greater than just that moment of survival.
I agree with that.
I mean, I look at drug dealers the same way, though. You just have to have another plan.
Right.
Because you know that there's no good end result to either one of those
At
things.
all.
You can't script fail, you can't sell dope fail.
No, you cannot.
And I just feel like, you know, it's important for us to show the other side because we have the story that shows, like, you know, how exotic dancing is glorified. We have those stories. We have the success stories of, like you guys are saying, the Amber Rose and the Cardi B's, where this young woman made it out of the strip club onto reality television, and now she has a music career that's going well for her right now. And she's happy. She's excited about that. But then when you see young women who only see that story, and that is a true story, they're gonna feel like, oh, I could do it. It's easy. But when you see When Love Kills, you'll see that this is based on a true story as well. We can't show you what was happening because she was really murdering people, and this had to come via news to us. So now it's in movie form, so people can understand that yes, this is another reality of what can happen. Because exotic dancing is a gateway. It's a gateway to excessive drug use. It's a gateway to becoming an
prostitution.
alcoholic. It's a gateway to prostitution, even robbery. Because sometimes you may make $1,700 and you up and up, and then the next night you may make $17.
Can I tell y'all something? We went to this strip club in Atlanta where we had done some of the main stuff, you know, shooting. And this club was a trip because it had porn showing, right? As soon as you walk in, there's pornography. I mean, thank y'all brothers if y'all listen. You know, we appreciate y'all letting us use the spot. But it tripped me out. Right. But let me tell you, it tripped me out because they had porn playing the whole time. They had signs that was like, you know, coochie spray, you know,
was crazy.
Condoms. And so for them to sell coochie spray.
They was
and
saying
then they even had signs to make sure your coochie smell
Make
good
sure you
when
smell
you leave.
good before you come out there, too.
Right. And so it's clear that they're having sex in there. Like, why are you selling condoms at the strip club? Like, why are we selling condoms, coochie spray, tampons, and douches
That's
at
crazy.
the freaking strip club? And for me, I would never want my daughter, my mentees, nobody that I'm connected to living that kind of life where you got to go to work and you got to turn tricks at the strip club in order to make money and survive.
You desensitize yourself.
And what's so deep about Felicia Blakely is that she ended up not only in jail for the rest of her life, but HIV positive.
Why are you telling all the
I'm
people
sorry.
in the movie?
Well, now y'all got to just
all the information that
but you can't read about it. You Google it, you will see.
But it's a true story. It's a
So
true
it's
story.
skin.
So it's based on a true story. So it's not.
How'd y'all find out about it?
It was some, you know, the For My Man series on TV1. They did a For My Man episode, and then they decided to turn that episode into a movie.
Right. So, and there's also a lot of women that do things for a man, and they end up getting in trouble for it while he's scot-free too.
Right, and
That's exactly.
No charges brought against.
That's exactly what For My Man is about.
But I just think it's a powerful story, you guys. Like, I read the story. It really touched my heart. It broke my heart. I feel like people, like, you would want your daughters to see this movie. Like, this is a reality of what can happen if you're not careful, if you're not focused. I feel like we judge these young girls instead of influencing them.
Right.
We need to be a more powerful voice to me than the streets, because if you don't love your kids, guess what? The streets will love them. And the love that these streets got for your kids could cause them to end up getting in a serious trouble. So we need to protect our community. We need to speak loud in their lives to influence them and empower them to live a great life.
August 28th.
Yes.
When Love Kills.
When Love Kills, baby.
On TV1.
I can't wait for you
TV1.
guys to see it. After you see it, like really let us know. And you know, this was my feature directorial debut. And I'm very excited. I'm excited about it. I mean, I feel like it's a whole new career path. And when I think about TESOL, like teaching acting and stuff, I used to feel like teaching acting was just about me empowering other people to pursue their purpose in the arts, but it really empowered me to be prepared to be a director.
Tell them about TESOL one more time.
Okay, TESOL, Tasha Smith Actors Workshop. Go to TESOL.com. And I have a school in LA, you guys, if you want regular classes, but I also do tours. So I'll be in Atlanta in October and Harlem in November.
So when you do more movies, when you do more movies, you look at your students first.
I sure do.
I came out of TESOL.
You know,
like
Lance,
that's how I got my job with House of Pain.
Yeah, Lance was. Listen, I knew Lance when he was wearing hoodies and sagging pants. Okay, but you know what? I had all right, at the school that I taught for, Ivana Chubbuck, my mentor, I was teaching at her school before I started my own school.
Who now?
Ivana Chubbuck.
Oh,
right.
I thought you said a bunch of Trump.
No, hell no. Let's not even go there. But how about this? I was a substitute teacher in another teacher's class, and Lance was taking that class. And I fell in love with him. He was just so beautiful. And so, like, what he was, I could see where his career was going. So you stole him, Tasha? I did. I did.
I think I went up. I mean,
he came to me and was like,
about you. I was like, yo, I gotta be in your class.
Yeah, because you gotta go with somebody.
And
you
I was like, okay, so I'm
absolutely.
gonna let Ivana know that we're switching you to my class. And from there, like, he's like my brother. I love him. I'm so proud of him. And that's why I knew he could do Dino. See, I've seen him in class for years. I've seen the acting in him. You guys haven't seen half of what Lance Gross got inside of him. And I was so just blessed that I got a chance to be the first one to let people see something different. You know what I mean?
Is she hard working for Tasha? Is she overcritical because of her acting coach background? Is she overcritical as a director?
Nah, you know what? Tasha is an actor's director. And sometimes you need that because she understands the process.
Yeah.
I feel like Tasha brings out the best performance in you.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like she pulls out stuff you didn't know you had in you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
true.
So it's a great working situation with Tasha. I think she's brilliant.
So I don't think it's overcritical, but I definitely feel like it's real. Tasha's transparent in anything that she does. So her personality as a friend is the same personality as a director. So I remember one time me and Lance was shooting a scene and she came over to me and she was like, boring.
No, she's
Do
just
y'all want
real.
motherfuckers to go to sleep right now or what? And we was like, no, we don't want motherfuckers to go to sleep right now. That's not us.
There was a lot of makeout
I
scenes.
was like,
a lot
I
of
just
makeout
went
scenes.
to Jamaica.
Like, you're acting right now. I don't believe you.
Right, you're
Get in
acting.
it.
But you know what? They were a trip. Because Mama and Lance, they would try to conspire against me. Okay,
Natina and Lance.
I mean Natia,
Not Tia.
Not Tia.
I'm sorry, not
Not
Tia.
Tia.
And Lance, they would conspire against me if I would give them a piece of direction that they didn't really want to do, and then I would see them over in the corner. Whispering, and then it would be like, we think that that maybe we should try. Blah, blah. I said, oh, y'all want to think? Oh, okay. Y'all want to think? Huh? Okay. Well, you know what? Go right ahead. I will not give you any more direction for the rest of this shoot. That's what I'm like.
No, I think me and Lance was really like, nah, we gotta get this shit right.
No, we was getting right.
Yeah, we was getting right
Within ourselves.
Yeah, we was
working it out.
never conspiring against you.
You know what I
That's the
said
last
to
thing.
them when
I
we
trust
started,
you.
y'all?
There's a lot of love
And I
scenes. There's a lot of kissing scenes.
Oh God,
in
a
there.
lot.
A lot.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And it was some kissing scenes that was so good, I didn't want to say cut. I was just like,
Yeah, Tasha.
Should I cut?
freak nasty
Yeah,
over
she
here.
is.
with
I
just
didn't
letting-
realize
just
how
letting it
nasty I
roll.
was.
Yes, and Kim, we be like, all right.
We
Now,
thinking
I
like,
mean,
Tasha,
y'all got
we
it, right?
done with this.
I was like, but I'm not. I mean, seriously,
Getting
I
the
never
rocks
thought
off.
I could like direct sex scenes like that, right? But I mean, wait till y'all see how hot and sexy they are. Oh my God.
I'm glad, Tasha, that you don't look down upon talent like Tammy, because a lot of people don't take the reality TV stars
Oh,
serious
my
when
God.
they act.
Okay,
You know what I
well,
mean?
let me say something.
Yeah, this is
All
a
right,
body
I'm just
bag
going to
right
have to
here,
tell y'all this. I
Body
knew
bag.
Tammy first as an actress because I coached her. I don't usually say it like that, but I did, and I'm very proud of it. There were jobs that we would audition for that Tammy would get to where as though it would mess with my head as an actor. I'd be like, damn, Tammy's on this audition again. She's going to get the job. You know, she's amazing.
She did a great job.
She's so
You
talented.
did. You really did do a
No,
great job.
Tammy.
She's
'Cause
incredible
it's
in
hard
this
because
movie.
you look at it and you're like, oh, that's Tammy Roman. But then as you watch her act, she really did a great job as like this woman where you're like, oh my God.
She's so vulnerable,
Yeah.
you guys,
Yeah.
and so she's completely different. And what I loved about Tammy is that she was riding with me because I was like, I don't want no lash, I don't want no makeup. Like, this mother is not in that space. None of the glam. Tammy stripped down to zero and was so raw and so authentic.
Yes.
In this role. Wait until y'all see her in this
When you
role.
were
I'm
arguing with
telling
that
you,
guy
she's
with
amazing.
the
boyfriend.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, all right, this is crazy.
No,
This is
for
a real
real, we've all
argument.
been there. Yeah.
Right?
Tammy likes
But
Now,
thank you
Tasha-
for bringing that up real quick, Charlamagne. Thank you for bringing that up, only because a lot of people have pigeonholed me and so put me in this box and like wouldn't even allow me to go back to acting. So TV One kind of was like, no, we're going to take a chance on you and really let you be in this picture and do what you know how to do. So I'm thankful to them for that. And then when I found out Tasha was directing, it just seemed like divine intervention. Like Lance came on board, she brought all her people on board, and the project really evolved into something that I'm so proud of and so humbled to be a part, sitting here with them in this way, in this magnitude. Because I come to see y'all on some other stuff,
Right.
But this time
The reunion was on.
Yeah, it really does matter to me, and and I'm just so blessed to be here and thankful to be a part of this. So thank you for mentioning that.
Absolutely. What the hell y'all gonna do with Bonnie Chronicles? Y'all tried to slide that one.
Oh, we got
past us.
something up our sleeve.
Yeah.
That's all I got to tell
Y'all got
ya.
y'all plans,
We'll let
we
you
got
know,
ours.
though. You and your pretty face. You know what, Charlamagne? When did he get cute? Like,
eyebrows
I mean,
done?
seriously, like,
done.
he's
Eyebrows
like, he looks like he's got his eyebrows
He
done,
did.
like he
He got
got
his
eyebrows done. I did my
Botox.
eyebrows
His
done.
face is all clean and
He
tight.
got Botox.
I mean, you got Botox. I swear you got Botox.
Dermatologist.
Look at you, you pretty.
I get chemical pills, but
And
no
his eyebrows
Botox or
done.
nothing like
Like,
that.
Charlamagne,
He
you
Latino, got his
pretty.
eyebrows done.
Okay?
Charlamagne got pretty.
I'm like, Charlamagne got
He
pretty.
comes in really early
Like,
for
I'm gonna milk
makeup.
this.
Like, what's up, Charlamagne? Who you
I'm gonna milk
dating?
this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go all the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that marry you.
Damn, well, you good.
You
Your wife
married?
is
Respect.
lucky.
You married? Oh, wow.
come no one ever knows
Who
Congratulations.
that?
is the woman?
I had no
Who's
idea.
the woman that married Charlamagne? And it was before he was pretty. So who met? No, I'm sorry.
That's a fact.
Tasha?
Oh, wait, I have one more question for Tasha.
I can't.
Tasha, have you ever had a Dino type of person in your life?
Girl,
'Cause I know you had
have
some
I? How
drama.
did you know? Listen. That's how I could tap into it. Like, there was a scene where I was like, I had Dino do something to her, and little mama was like, "You're evil." I'm like, experience,
Right.
really. I've had a Dino before, absolutely, and thank God I got out of it.
Wow. Well, I look forward to seeing this. When
Girl,
Love Kills,
Tasha had some drama in her life.
August 28th, and we appreciate you guys for joining us.
Yes,
we
thank you for
appreciate
having
you
us.
guys. You guys
Next
are
time, the next
awesome.
movie, invite us.
Well, can I tell you guys what I directed?
Invite us.
I also directed an episode of Tales, Irv
Gotti.
Gotti's stuff. I did the 99 Problems episode. Lance is in Tales.
Yeah.
Which episode are you in?
Trap Queen.
Yes, Trap Queen.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm a director now.
Absolutely.
And I'm
Congratulations
going to
to
put
all
you
of
in
you.
something.
Put your voice
Seriously,
Please.
like for real.
Pretty Charlamagne or ugly Charlamagne?
I want ugly
never going
Charlamagne.
back.
So when your Botox like calms down, that's when I'll call you.
He do have some.
Oh my
I
God.
cannot.
The cast
I
of
cannot.
When
Look,
Love
not even,
Kills.
his face not even moving when he laughs.
I know it's not. I mean, he's like snatched. Okay. I mean, your forehead's not
can't.
moving.
Let them do you like
Look at his
that.
forehead, y'all.
She's killing him.
His forehead
Don't
is
let
not
them get you.
moving. I know I'm not tripping.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.